I'm gonna give y'all a brief summary of what we about to do, right? So I'm gifting clip-ins, right? But in exchange for your story. So what we're gonna do tonight, we're gonna talk about the times that your hair fell out for whatever reason, whether it was because you put too much heat in it, maybe it was bad hair dye, maybe it was a bad install, maybe it was postpartum, like for whatever reason that your hair fell out. I want you to share that story, right? So we want to hear the bad side of it, but then I want you to follow up and let us know, okay, well, what did you do? What styles did you do? What treatments did you do? What supplements did you take for it to grow back? Because all this stuff is going to be so beneficial for all of us. So if anybody, no, actually, let's start with, I'm going to tell y'all all the times my hair fell out, right? I'm going to make it real short. The times my hair fell out was postpartum. That was one of those things that I realized, you know what? It ain't nothing I could do about it. I woke up one day and I was bald, like on the temples. I don't know when it fell out. I don't know how it fell out, but it just came out. And that was something that I realized that I should have kept taking my prenatals and making sure that I was eating, all the right nutrients and stuff. Because, once you have a baby, your mind is like in another place. So a lot of times you're not thinking about eating, right? So my hair fell out then that time, and there was nothing I could do about it but wait for it to grow back. But I would advise that you always keep taking your supplements. Then there was another time my hair fell out from wearing too many or wearing hats too often. So this is so long ago, probably 15 years ago. I was working out all the time. I was barely doing my hair because, it's hard being a black woman and working out, right? It's hard to do both. So I was like, I'm not going to worry about my hair. I'm just going to wear a ponytail and wear a hat. Well, wearing that hat every single day literally tore my bang area up. So one day, I don't know, I guess I'm getting ready to wear my hair, and I realized just how ate up the front of my hair was, and I hadn't done anything differently. Well, I realized that it was that hat. So that was the time I stopped wearing the hat. And honestly, what grew it back was me putting one clip-in track. This is before I started selling clip-ins or anything, y'all. This is a long time ago, probably 2012, 2011, something like that. Anyway, to grow it back because I need to grow back fast, but I didn't have time. So I just put one clip-in track in my bang. And when I tell y'all my bang was back to the length it needed to be, I give it about 6 months where I felt comfortable not having to wear that clip-in track in the top. So then another time my hair fell out, y'all, using too much heat. I know a lot of y'all are probably guilty for that. Curling your hair every day, curling your hair to walk to the mailbox, curling your hair to go to the grocery store, just always pressing your edges. Well, this is a long time ago, y'all, too. I'm telling y'all stories from back in my day, okay? So back in my day, when I had met somebody I really, really liked, and we were kicking it, as you would call it. And of course, when I would spend a night with him, I wanted to look cute when I woke up, right? So I'm laying in the bed with no scarf, no rollers, no nothing. I'm just trying to be cute. So of course, I wake up in the morning, my hair is a mess, and I gotta curl it. I was curling my hair every day until I looked up one day and I was like, girl, where is your hair? Like, you are bald head. So so from that point on, I learned that, okay, you know what? Stop using all the heat in your hair. And I started rolling my hair with the silk rollers. So somebody is saying stress and depression and more stress. Let me tell you, that will definitely do it. And that was more recent for me. That was another time my hair fell out. This is going through my very first divorce. I'm telling y'all a whole lot. Going through my very first divorce, right? That was traumatic, really traumatic. And I remember not eating, right? I barely ate and I was surviving off of coffee and I don't know, maybe a snack or two, but no real food, no real protein, no vegetables, nothing like that. I would just get up, grab me a coffee, go to work, and go about my day. Well, I was wearing a sew-in at the time, and I'm thinking like, oh, I'm wearing a sew-in, and my hair should be okay. But anyway, I took the sew-in out, and when I tell y'all my hair was paper thin, it was a mess. It was an absolute a mess. But I realized that not eating protein and not putting the right nutrients in your body is a direct reflection on how the healthy your hair will be. So I learned then that even though I'm stressed out, I have to be intentional, right, about just taking care of me and making sure that I still eat and still put the right things in my body. So that was another time. But let me tell y'all what grew my hair out then. Took the sewing out, I cut all the thin hair off, and I ended up going into wigs. Y'all, I wore wigs for at least a year. After coming out of the wigs, my hair had grown so long and thick, and it was because I had not touched it. I hadn't done anything. I mean, I was treating it, I would trim it, but that was about it. So it was no tension on it. I was barely coloring it. But y'all, those wigs grew my hair out. Okay. So I'm loving. I see all the stories coming through already. So now that I've told y'all some of my stories on how my hair came out and how I was able to grow it back, or even the lesson that I got out of it, right? I would love to hear some of you guys' stories. And I'm going to pick 3 people. Whoever I pick, we want to hear your story. Don't hold nothing back. Be authentic. It's a safe space here, but you tell your story. I'm going to give you a set of clip-ins. So I'm going to go ahead and pick my first person. Just go ahead and send the request. Oh, I already see it right here. Okay. Oh, hey, girl.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. I'm excited.
You should be. Look, I'm excited to have you. And thank you so much for just having I don't know, just not being scared to do this, right?
Oh yeah.
So,
Really excited. I wanted to participate.
oh, absolutely. So,
Yeah.
what's your name?
My name is Tanya.
Tanya. Okay, I just wanted to
Hmm.
make sure I was right. Okay. Somebody said, "Oh my God, Mom, is your daughter on here? You got a daughter?"
I do have a daughter, but I don't. Is she on there?
Somebody said, "Oh my God, Mom."
I'm
She
trying to
might
see if I
be.
see her.
She might be.
Uh,
Okay. All right. So, we would love to hear your story. So, tell us about the time your hair fell out. How long ago was it? What happened? Who did it? And how you got the grow back.
okay. Well, actually, it was me, unbeknownst to me, but it's been some years ago. But I've had several times. But the latest time, it just I was kind of like you. I just kind of started noticing my hair thinning, falling out in the shower. It wasn't like large clumps or anything, but then just over time, like maybe in a matter of months, I noticed my hair wasn't the length it was, and it was getting thin.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, gosh, what's going on? What did I do? You know what? Because I'm natural and I
Yep.
don't apply heat all the time. Every once in a while, I straighten it. But back then, I guess I don't know. You know how when you're getting a little older, you're not aware of your health issues.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so I just said, well, I'm gonna start taking some vitamins, and I decided to go to my general doctor because as women, we normally go to our gynecologist, but we don't normally probably go very often unless we have a problem to our general doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So I got my general doctor, and I went in, and the first thing he does is a panel of all your hormones and everything, and my iron was like
Yep. That'll do it.
low, very low, and that
Wow.
was it. And he put me on iron for probably about a year. I was probably on iron good 6 months to a year.
And
And
you.
he would keep me coming back in and checking my iron, and slowly but surely. And then I made a point to myself to make sure I deep condition every time I washed my hair. And I always had like length, but it got pretty thin.
Mm-hmm.
So I just made a commitment to always deep condition, to make sure I'm taking my iron and get your checkups. And
Absolutely.
hormones, ladies, once we get a certain age, those hormones, if we don't have our estrogen tanks, progesterone, all that matters, So once I got my iron levels up, everything got better, and my hair started getting a little fuller. It's still thinner than I want it to be, but I'm happy. It's growing. It's getting back. I'm getting back to my normal.
That's good. And you know what? It's crazy you said the iron because I have actually seen that a lot in the years that I did hair. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of us have low iron. And a lot of times
Right.
we don't do nothing about it. We think it's gonna fix
Yeah.
itself.
But a lot of people aren't aware of it. That's the
Yeah.
thing. We don't go get blood panels and stuff all the time. We don't just go get checked like that.
Right. Right.
And really, not even once you get a certain age. Some people have lifelong issues with iron, but and anemia and different things like that. But it's very important to get a checkup. If you feel anything in your body is not right, go get a checkup.
Absolutely.
Get some panels done, get some blood work.
Absolutely. Oh, this is good. That was real good.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even think about that. But I do tell people all the time, you have to just be mindful of what's going on, internally, because that is a direct reflection of how your hair, the health of your hair, right? Not only just how you feel, but just your hair, it all ties together. So yeah, we definitely have to be mindful of that. But your story was good. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
we all gonna
Like
be out here getting our iron checked.
That's right. And take your vitamins.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, that's good. Okay, well,
Thank you. I've
really
enjoyed this.
thank you so much. Just send me a DM so that I could coordinate you getting your clip-ins. I appreciate you.
Okay. Thank you so
All
much.
right, thank you. Good night.
Bye-bye. Nice
Bye.
meeting you. Bye.
There we go. Okay. Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you? I'm at work right now, so
Oh no, look, you fine. Don't get in no trouble now.
I
You
won't. It's
okay?
almost time to go.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. What's your name?
Michelet.
Michelet. Oh, that's pretty. I like that.
Yes, think like
Okay.
the singer.
Oh, yep. You know what? That was a good show. That was a good movie too.
Yeah.
That was a real good movie. Okay. All right. So tell us your story. Who did it? What happened?
So my story is, I guess it was just stress and depression.
Mm.
I actually lost 2 children.
Oh no. Sorry to hear that.
So depression basically.
Mm-hmm.
Lost. I had to cut all my hair off. It was like falling out in clumps.
Oh wow.
And so that's why also like with stress.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think there's any way I could have avoided that.
No, ain't no way around it. And especially going through something traumatic like that, I can only imagine. Like you have to give yourself grace when it comes to something like that. Look, I can't imagine, what that's like. So I'm so sorry that happened. Was it back to back or like the same time?
So my first child, he passed away. He was a month old. My hair, that's when my hair first started falling out. I had like bald spots, all type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had 2 more children, and my fourth child, he passed away.
Oh no.
At 2 months old. They both had congenital heart defects.
Oh no.
And so I went to the doctor, and they were like, "You have depression, like you're stressed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You have to." Honestly, I'm still dealing with it. Still trying to get my hair back. I tried clip-ins, all type of stuff. I'm trying to eat better using heat spray, before I put heat on my hair, sprays, all type of stuff. But I don't know how. And like the lady before me was saying, like your hormones, when you have stress, your hormones, all type of stuff play into that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so, but I think the main cause was stress, depression.
So have you seen any progress though since you've like been trying to, like you said, maybe take vitamins or maybe trying certain installs that may help? Have you seen any change?
I've seen a little bit of progress, but my hair, I don't have the issue with hair growth. It's my hair, like my hair's so thin.
Got it.
And so I honestly am trying everything. I don't know much about hair.
Yeah, the only I would recommend the getting you a hair supplement. That right there alone, just you want to always go internal, right? I think that would definitely help. Because I mean, you could get certain installs, but like you said, you don't have a problem with your hair growing. Your hair is growing, and I mean, it looks good. Like from here, I could tell you have length.
It's just thin.
But do you feel like it's always been like that?
No.
Okay.
Never. My hair used to be so thick. Like,
wow.
I never had hair issues. That's why I know it was probably. And then I didn't take any like type of like medicine for my depression. I wasn't really doing therapy. I kind of just dealt with it myself.
Right.
On top of life, on top of, I have other children. So I couldn't really grieve. Right. And I just held it all inside.
Right. Yeah. But it's okay to let it out. Yeah. Like it's okay to let it out. And you have to give yourself grace and say, if I'm not okay, I'm just not okay today. This is how I feel and I'm going to let it out. But I don't want to say time heals everything, because something like what you went through, you'll always be grieving, with that. But yeah, just give yourself grace. Just give yourself
Now I'm
grace.
at a space where I'm like, okay, I have to heal myself. I have to eat right. I have
Yep.
to do the right things for my hair because,
Yep.
at that time when you're grieving or you're just depressed, I really wasn't caring
Right.
about my hair until one day I'm like, oh my God, my hair is like,
Right. Right.
I'm bald. Like, so.
And you know what? Our what we consider bald is not even bald. It's just not what we're used to. Because you look beautiful, your hair still looks good, but you're comparing it to your old, what your hair used to be like. But you look beautiful. You still look good. And look, I'm praying for you. Look, everybody in the comments is praying for you. Because yeah, I cannot imagine what that's like.
Yes.
Yeah, I
So,
can.
and I wanted to tell my story because a lot of times, it's not even something that somebody's done to your hair. It could just be something you're going through personally, or, like a lot of times what we do to our bodies,
Right.
it's important,
Absolutely. Yep.
So, but like I said, it's nothing I could have done probably to change
Right. Right.
depression or stress. Losing children is really hard, but now that I'm aware, I've been trying everything, girl. Rice water, all type of stuff.
Right, right. Look, I say try it all, but at the end of the day, it's a mindset thing, right? So just keep speaking life into yourself, just knowing that you're gonna come out of this, you're gonna get better, your hair is gonna get better, but more importantly, you want your spirit to, not always feel so heavy.
Right.
So yeah, it's all a mindset thing. But I'm definitely praying for you.
Thank you so much, and I love you. I watch you all the time.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am.
And somebody said not the rice water, y'all. I like rice water is good. I've used it a couple times.
It was good.
Well, I've used it, and they say it has a lot of protein in it. It didn't have any negative impacts on my hair, so I thought it was cool.
At this point, I'm trying anything.
Right, right. Well, definitely start with the vitamins, and honestly, you can get any. I normally when I select my supplements, I try to find something organic that doesn't have like a lot of filler or anything in it. So you want to go with that.
Okay.
But yeah, that's it.
Okay.
But thank you so much. Just send me a DM. Oh, not a problem. I'm glad you were willing to come on here.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
We got one more, y'all. That was I don't know how to feel about that, because I can't even imagine losing children. So definitely, y'all, we want to send her our prayers, because that's a lot. Like I wouldn't care. I wouldn't know if I'm coming or going. And if my hair fell out, I would just be like, you know what, so be it. Because yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot, absolutely. Well, hello.
Hey guys!
How are you?
Hey guys! Hey everyone! I'm sitting over here so emotional about everybody's story.
I know, right? Right.
Yes, praying for the last caller, speaking life into you and all of your situations that you went through with losing your kids. My heart goes out to you and the lady with the other story.
Right. It's crazy because honestly, coming on here, I mean, we know that stress and life happening can make our hair come out, but initially that's not the thought. I thought maybe somebody would come and say, "Oh, such and such made my hair fell out, or I did it." But hearing stories like that, I mean, it's relatable, and we all go through it. So I'm glad that I was able to have them on here.
And I was so emotional about it. So, guys, I have two stories. So, let me the first story.
Okay.
Just to bring a little bit of life to kind of change it up.
Mm-hmm.
So, you guys remember Set It Off Candler Road, the hair salon Set It Off. Everybody went to Set It Off back in the day.
If you're from Atlanta, you know.
Yes. Everybody went to Set It Off. So, I wanted blonde hair. I wanted blonde hair, and I have a pretty good grade of hair. And right now, guys, I am wearing my Gold Sleek clip in U-part.
We see it, girl.
But I went to Gold Sleek. I'm not Gold Sleek. I'm sorry. I went to Set It Off, and I let her color my hair. You guys, I lost all of my hair.
So was it like white blonde, or you just was like?
It was like a platinum blonde.
Oh my God. And what made you want to do that? You saw somebody else with it.
I saw saw somebody else, and I wanted to be a blonde. I wanted to be a blonde. That was the thing. The platinum blonde. I let her color my hair, and it took maybe about, I say, a good week,
Whoa.
and the hair started just coming out.
So let me ask you this, because I feel like back in the day, a lot of us got color and relaxers, right? Did you have a relaxer then?
I did have a relaxer.
So I eventually learned that you got to pick one. You can't do relaxer and color. Like these are two things that really break down the bonds in your hair. You can't do both. And we all had to learn the hard way.
I learned the hard way, and I have never had color since then. So the products of being able to use the clip-ins and color the clip-ins and color the U parts have been a saving grace for me. I went through IVF 2 years ago to have my daughter, and I lost my edges due to going through IVF.
So what was that like? Like, why does it make you lose your hair?
I'm not for sure as far as the medical terms, but you take a lot of medicines. You shots to retrieve your eggs, to do the egg retrieval and such. So I was taking the medicines, and I mean, you're on all kind of, if anybody has ever gone through IVF to have a baby, you know, you're on a lot of different medications. Wow. And so it took my edges out. And so I'm currently growing my edges back.
So this is more recent. Like this just happened.
Yes. So I had the baby March 1st.
Oh, congratulations. Well, look. So took your edges, but you got the baby.
Yes. Thank God.
Yeah, that's good.
We went through 6 rounds of IVF. So to all of my people out there, you know, and you guys here are talking in the back. We're actually Christmas shopping at Target. So everybody that is going through something, I touch and agree. And the holiday season, I know it can be hard for people. I lost my mom 2 years ago while I was going through IVF, pregnant with my daughter. So I can relate to the hair loss, just life changes, period. And so I really want to touch and agree with everybody on the call that whatever you guys are struggling with, whatever you're going through, you know, just really just buckle down and ask God. Because I would have never thought that I would be able to have another baby. I was told that I couldn't have any more children.
What a blessing.
Wow. And so she was definitely a blessing. So I'm speaking blessings and life and love to everybody that is on the call tonight. That everybody that is going through something, I just want to tell you guys, you know, hang in there.
Right. Oh my God. This is beautiful. Wow. Yeah, you know what? Life will happen. And I have another story when it comes to the medication part. So after I had my second one, of course, being a wife, taking care of a small child, and being an entrepreneur, that was a lot for me. I was trying to figure out, how am I supposed to do all of this? And I kept telling myself, well, I'm not stressed out. Maybe I just need more energy. It's something I need, because I feel like I can do it all, right? God wouldn't have given me this assignment and all of this if he felt like I couldn't do it. So I ended up going to see a doctor, and I told him how I felt. And he said, well, you don't seem depressed, but maybe you could try the Adderall, right? And maybe that'll help you. So it kind of like made me a little bit more like focused, right? So I could get things done. So I started taking that, and I took it for about a year. My hair was coming out in clumps. So bad. And I could not figure out why I was falling out. So I kept saying, well, maybe it's birth control, or maybe it's stress, or maybe it's this. So I started doing the process of elimination, right? You know, remove the birth control. I just started taking out everything, trying to figure out what it was. My hair still kept coming out. Well, I finally stopped taking the Adderall. And the thing about the Adderall is, even though it keeps me focused, I can get things done, it also makes you not want to eat. So here I am now, not eating any protein. I may eat 2 Oreos in a day, right? And I realized, I was like, hold on, it's this medication. I went cold turkey on it, because I was like, I don't want anything that takes that much away from me, because there's no telling what it's doing to my insides if it's making my hair come out in clumps like that. So back to what you were saying, that the medication, we don't know what's in it a lot of times, but because the doctor tell us we need it, or maybe, you know, it's for something, we end up taking it, not realizing what the effects of it will be. So yeah, I definitely know firsthand what that medication can be like.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah.
It was rough,
Yeah.
but I'm
Well,
thankful, and
your
I'm
baby
thankful
is
for all
here.
of you ladies on here tonight. I
Yes.
see Tanya. She said the fertility journey is stressful, but girl, hang in there. I met so many beautiful women, guys. I went through Shady Grove Fertility. Dr. McCarthy Keith. If anybody is struggling with fertility, and I mean literally, she prayed over me. We prayed
Wow.
together,
Wow.
and my daughter was my last embryo.
Wow. Really?
She was my very last embryo. We did not have any more embryos. We could not do any more. We had, used up all of our insurance.
Wow. Oh,
So
I didn't
she
know
was
insurance
our
covered
last.
that.
Our
Wow.
insurance thankfully covered us up for 6 rounds. I think it was 6 rounds, but she was our last chance.
Wow.
And she is here. So, guys, just
Look at God.
keep hope, keep praying, keep your faith. If you don't hold on to anything else,
Right.
hold on to God's word. If He say He's gonna do it, He's gonna do it. And I just believe that for everybody on the line tonight.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much, look, for coming on here and sharing that. Like, honestly, what I love most about all of y'all coming on here is like, y'all have to be vulnerable to even tell these stories, right? And a lot of people, we feel like we may be judged, or we don't want people to know what we had to go through because we think something's wrong with us, but we all go through it. Like, we all go through something. So I really appreciate y'all getting on here to tell y'all story.
Thank you.
You are so welcome. Just send me a DM.
Okay.
So I can take care of you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
This is, I don't know, it's like it really touched my heart tonight, just hearing everybody's story. This was better than I expected, right? Because the stories were different from what I thought they may be. But they were relatable because we all go through something. And at the end of the day, like, man, stress will not only take your hair out, stress will kill. So, we all have to be mindful of that. But we all go through something. So I really appreciate all of y'all joining this live tonight. The ladies that shared your story, I really appreciate you because it takes a lot to tell anybody to be that vulnerable. So I really appreciate y'all. I wish I could do more stories, but I have to get ready for another interview that I have to do. But thank y'all so much. I want to wish y'all a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all of that. Like, this is just a season of, I don't know, it feels good. I love the holidays. Look, everybody's saying one more. How are you?
I am good. Just like I was saying, I'm feeding my kids, so they're probably in the background. I apologize for that.
That's okay.
But I'm excited to be on here. I was like back here trying not to cry. I was like, I'm glad. Like, I was trying to fix my makeup. I was like, let me not cry, because that's amazing to hear those stories.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'll do mine quick so you can get to your interview, though.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
I actually was trying to like color my hair. This was when I was younger, and I was like, oh, I want to do like some pink in my hair. And I happened to color it, and I applied some heat, and it started coming out. And
wait, what did you use? Like bleach?
I'm trying to remember. I can't even tell you what the dye was, but I was trying to use like this pink dye because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna add a little color and spice into my hair, and I was so excited about it. And it was in there, and I had dried it, and I went to go straighten it, and chunks of my hair was coming out in places, and it wasn't even all over. My scalp started messing up, and my scalp was starting to get irritated.
Oh.
And I was like crying my eyes out. I was in my bathroom, just like, I'm just gonna sit on the floor and cry.
Oh my God.
My sorority sister taught me. Like, I watched her do clip-ins, clip-ins, sew-ins. So I was like, I can figure this out. So I started trying to figure out how to do my own sew-ins.
Yep.
So I could cover it up and just like allow it to just be protected and things like that. I also went to see a dermatologist because I was a little worried about my scalp because of the reaction that it had.
Right.
And I found out that I had seborrheic dermatitis. And I don't know if anybody else has had it, but it is like, mine was like dandruff that would take my hair out too.
Yep, I've seen that before.
Makes so much more sense why he had me taking, I want to say it was like a ketazole like shampoo,
Mm-hmm.
and with it, it cleaned my hair. It allowed it to grow.
Right.
She wants to show her cheerleading, not right now.
Oh.
But I was able to like really use that, keep my scalp moisturized, but also healthy.
So do you still deal with that now? The support?
Occasionally, I think with my third child, it started acting up again. And you can probably see, I actually had my husband, like, I had him chop it here in July. I was like, just chop my hair over. I don't even care. We're just going to start over again. So I have flare ups. I do have flare ups. But I do like to use, I still like go see a dermatologist, and I like to at least have that on hand in case I have any flare ups.
Right.
So
So when you do have flare-ups, though, do you feel like it may be, I don't know, maybe something you're eating or maybe stress, or does the dermatologist suggest you do something or not do something like to keep it away?
Mostly stress. A lot of the stuff I eat, I try to keep pretty healthy, especially with my kids. Because I'm like, I don't want them to have to deal with everything that I feel like I grew up with.
Right.
Stuff like that. So we do keep it pretty healthy around here. But most of the time it is stress related. And I never think I'm stressing, but apparently I do. So I try to find other outlets and try to take care of myself because I want them to see what it's like to be happy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know exactly what you mean. Well, thank you.
I mean, it's a short story, but I was like so blessed to just hear everybody else's. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even expect it.
No, look, I'm glad that you joined. I'm glad you told your story. Like I loved everybody's story. Like we were all dealing with something, right? So yeah, I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, you have a good night. Merry Christmas. So y'all have a good night. And we're actually going to do this again. Like I'm going to be doing a lot of these lives. Every time we'll do different stories. I want to hear from y'all. Y'all have to participate. Like I said, I give y'all something. Y'all give me something in exchange, even exchange, right? So yeah, I'll definitely be doing more of these lives. But thank y'all so much. And y'all have a good night.